So yeah, pretty much, I was running up and down the street, running from this person, and then pretty much they had me running for the whole day, thinking this person was after me all day. I ran around. I would try to find hiding places or whatnot. Whenever I stopped to take a break and stuff, they like, oh, he's down the street. He's 2 minutes away. He's 1 minute away, just to keep me on my feet, so I wouldn't rest. Um, so I remember just I got tired, and then I went. I got tired of running, and then I went and to this park where it was a large area where I could see if anybody was coming around me. And then that's when I noticed the same car will always come. It was always the same car, and so I would notice it everywhere. So I was in that large area, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm not finna run. So I stayed. I didn't run, and then I saw the car come up or whatnot, and then I went into this almost like in Cheyenne with the little bathroom. Um, the little houses they had in Cheyenne. It was a bathroom like that. It was like a woodshed bathroom, and so I went in there, and I heard somebody asking somebody who worked at that park. It was a park slash school, and they asked them. They said, uh, "Have you seen three? Where's three? Or some shit like that. You seen Red?" And I guess they was like, nah, I ain't seen them. I ain't seen them. And cause I remember them saying they didn't see him. I'm like, I thought that was so cool. Like, damn, they didn't give me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was cool as hell. So then yeah, that was cool as hell. So then I just walked around the area, and you know me, I started pulling on car door handles and all kind of shit, all kind of handles. Like if it had a door to it, I was pulling on it just to see if I can get in. Uh, I did find a pickup truck that was open, but I didn't sit in it because I'm just like, it's too obvious. And then I'm like, it's people working around here, and then they might come out and see me sitting. I was just like, I ain't finna go sit in this car. So I kept walking around the school and whatnot, and then I remember the cars circling around the area, and then I remember, dang, it was this one lady, and now that I'm figuring out, she was actually racist, bro. She was actually racist. I thought it was some kind of acting scene or something. I'm like, she got to be acting, but she was for real. She was for real. And I remember other people. So, cause I was thinking, I said this gotta be acting, cause the way they was going back and forth with each other. Cause it was so one person was angry, and then the other people was annoyed with that angry person. So it's just like, okay, like this shit gotta be a show. Like this shit, I don't know. This shit has gotta be acting. So but figuring out now, she was really like that. So I was sitting down in front of her house, and then she just started screaming, uh, you shouldn't be taking breaks. Why are you sitting down and all this, and get up and all this, like all the same shit that the other people was threatening me with, talking about they coming and all this. And I didn't care at that. I'm tired as hell. I ain't been to sleep in 2-3 days now. I ain't been to sleep. I'm tired. I don't care. I'm sitting here. I'm gonna sit here. So I was sitting down, and I was just sitting there. And yeah, she was talking the whole time. It was these buses over there that was cracked open. I was thinking about going into those to the bus and just laying down in the bus, but I just had this feeling because since I knew they were sneaks at this point, I knew people were sneaking around. I had a feeling one of them was in there. So now that I'm thinking about it, they probably would have been just posing as a bus driver, and that's why it was cracked open anyway. But I just dismissed it. I didn't go in there, and I just left it like that. And then I went around the park some more, and now I'm seeing all the suspicious shit. And I'm hearing the people say he didn't fall for it. it was this red truck waiting on the waiting at the park. It's hard to describe where it was at. It was in a parking area, but it wasn't a parking area. And I looked at it, and I kept my distance from the truck, and I walked away. And now I'm hearing people say, "Oh, he's realizing everything. He's seeing it all now." And so now I'm on to something. I'm like, I said they didn't call more, because I'm thinking in my head they didn't call more mob members, or they didn't call more hitmen to come after me. So I'm like, that was one of them, and that's why he was sitting there acting like he was on his phone. And and I hear the neighbors across the street saying he's realizing everything. And then the other dude, he got mad and was like, "You telling them everything? Why you telling them?" And yeah, it was a conflict. Pretty much, it was people telling me, and then other people like, "Don't tell them." Like, it was a conflict. And then so I went and I sat in the middle of the the grass area, because people was telling me, they said sit down. They said sit down, go lay down by that tree, and then let's see if they show up or something like that. Let's see what happens. So pretty much what they was doing was getting me to call their bluff of the other side, I guess, or whatever. So I did that. I'm just taking the commands of the people telling me. They told me to do it, so I went and I just did it. I'm tired anyway, so I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sit down by this tree and see what happened, like they said. So I went over there and I sat down, and all I seen was just cars passing by and shit like that. I seen a couple people looking in their blinds and stuff like that, and that was about it. That was about it. So I took a rest break right there, and shoot, that was that. I went across the street when I got up. I went across the street, and I got something to eat. I got something to eat from the convenience store with some water. And then they said whoever was after me was mad. They was like, "Oh, you tested them or whatever." They was like, "You tested them? You went and got something to eat? You challenged them." And so they said, "He coming after you now." So then I heard somebody in the bushes said something, and they was in the bushes. So I'm like, what the? I'm like, it's my phone or whatnot, but I'm like, what the heck is going on? And so I guess the person that they said was after me from LA was after me. So so I took my food real quick, and I went in this large area where it's like it's nothing but pretty much, it was a large parking area in the back of a warehouse or something. And I went and I ate my food right there. So if anybody was gonna run up, I could either see from both sides, and then it was nothing but green grass, and then it was like you could disappear in the cut because there was nothing but trees and shit. Like, as soon as you go into the bushes, you can disappear into the trees and shit pretty much, and just like go wherever you want it. Like, yeah, type, like, yeah. So that's how it was. And at this point, I'm used to jumping in bushes. I'm used to laying in the grass and all that, so it didn't bother me at all to be jumping in bushes and running and hiding in grass and shit. Like, it didn't bother me, because pretty much they were doing the same thing. So I went and I was hiding in the bush, and they said the person was on their way. So I got my stuff and I left the location. I went to another location, and I'm not sure if he thought I was still in there or whatnot, because he could probably still smell me, since, like I said, I wasn't showering or nothing. or washing myself back then. I wasn't even brushing my teeth back then because I felt like I didn't have no time for nothing back then. So just living like a straight animal, savage like. So then I went to another location down the street, and then you can hear him saying, he was like, he said, "Mike, you in there?" or some shit like that. Like he said, "You in there?" And then he fired. It sound, I don't know if these are real gunshots. It sounded real to me. The booms, like it sounded like real gunshots to me. But all I heard was like 2 or 3 rounds fired into the bushes. It sounded like it was probably shot in the air or some shit, but it sounded like it was shot into the bushes. And then I'm just like, oh shit, like this nigga really after me, like type, like damn, like he ain't playing, he really after me. So then I'm just like, all right, I gotta so I'm like, I gotta figure something out. So then I went from being around those buildings into the back of those buildings. Now I'm in the back of the buildings, but now I'm stuck because it's a fence that got barbed wire on it. So I'm like, now I'm stuck. So then I was coming out of that part, and then I hear somebody going around asking people, because I guess they were calling me Red at the time. And I heard them going around asking people, "You seen dead? You seen dead?" and all that. And then I seen so then when I came out, because I thought he left. It sounded like he just left. I waited a few minutes. I didn't hear nobody, and so it sounded like he left. I peeked around the corner. I didn't see nobody, so I just came out. And I hear somebody saying that was rude. You heard that guy? He was calling him dead and all this, and I'm just like, damn, like that's crazy. All that was crazy, and so that was that episode right there. That was that scene. I remember it all in phases. Like I don't remember the day to day anymore because, like I said, I wasn't sleeping. I keep gotta reiterate that I wasn't sleeping. So the little rest I did get, that was the little rest I was getting. If I was in a bad area, people will let me know I was in a bad area. They'll say, don't go over there, or that's not the area for you. Like, and they told me that one of the areas wasn't my area, and I still went over there, and because it was the only way through, and I still went over there, and I still went, and it was cool. Nobody was saying nothing. It was cool. Nobody was nothing. So then there was this dude came out with his kids, and they said, "Oh, there go Bubba," or some shit. They said, "There you go." They said, "You gotta." They said, "Bubba hit you," or some shit like that. So I'm like, let me keep my distance from him. Like, he might got anger issues or some shit. So when I seen him, he looked cool, but like I said, everybody said watch out for him. So I'm just like, I'm tiptoeing around him pretty much, like just trying to get away from him. And whatever his name was, they saying it no. They said it was no Bubba. I'm not even sure if that was them out there with me in Kansas. I'm not even sure now, but it was a chubby fat dude, black dude. I remember his face and everything, so they're gonna try and tell me it was no Bubba, but everybody was telling me to watch out for him. And he had a mixed kid with him. It was he had a little white kid with him, and it was a little mixed kid with him. And yeah, they told me to watch out for him. And so I know what I'm talking about. So I tiptoed around him, and I ended up pretty much just walking the whole night. I remember I ended up right back on that same side of the city, over by the train tracks and whatnot. Wow, he probably been there. Or I'm skipping a part. All right, so cause I don't want to get to that part yet without saying how number nine got into the mix. So pretty much with that, I end up walking since everything was going down the way that it was with the whole shooting the gun and all that. I didn't feel safe being on that side of town no more, so I left and I was trying to go to another side of town. Um, wow, it's all scrambled up. But so how he got in it was because I was trying to go to another side of town, and I ended up on the other side of town, actually just walking. Just walking. It was like the country part, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, so I'm eating right there, same thing. I guess they was playing in my head back then, or they was telling me the truth because I was sitting down eating, and I heard a girl's voice. It was a girl and a guy's voice, and they told me, they said the rebels is coming. I don't know, y'all know who y'all are. If y'all see this, y'all know who y'all are. But they told me the rebels is coming. I shouldn't be in the area alone. So I'm like, the rebels, like, what is that? Like, the rebels, like, we in the motherfucking 19 what? Shit, the rebels coming. So, but I knew exactly what they was talking about because I knew everything that I've been through at this point. So, they was like, yeah, they tripping off of your tattoo. I got a tattoo on my neck or not. It's a music symbol. And see, my memory's so gone right now, I can't even remember. It's a treble symbol. And pretty much they was trying to say that my tattoo has something to do with gang related. If you know me, you know that I've been in music. You know that I've been rapping since I was 12 years old. I got my little CDs. Like, I don't have them no more because they at the old house, wherever the house that I left or whatnot. But I used to be making mixtapes and shit back when I was like 12 years old. Um, I've been rapping since I was 12, and I've been singing since I was, I'll say 8 or 9. No, probably like 7 years old. I've been singing since I was like 7. My family used to always have me sing for them. I sing in the choir at church. I used to be doing my little solos and everything. Like, I've been singing. I've been singing. I've been rapping. It's just in me. That's what I like to do, and I've been dancing. When when I was like 6, I remember my cousin be like, "Oh, show them you know how to do this dance, do that dance." Like, I always been singing, I always been dancing, and I always been rapping. That's just, I'm just doing me. I'm just doing what I'm used to doing. I always been doing this stuff. And they try to make my tattoo seem like it was had something to do with gang related. I'm just showing my appreciation for music. I love music. It's just in me. I feel when I hear music, I feel it in my body, in my soul. I feel it. It even helps my brain. You know what I'm saying? The frequencies that I get from it, I get positive frequencies from it. People are more caught up about the content instead of the vibration. So yeah, I guess to some people I look intimidating, so they'll take the tattoo and they'll say it's gang related. I don't know. Um, I don't know how I got tied into this whole thing with it being gang related and me being from a gang and all that. I don't know. Somebody tell me. To this day, everybody's still on hush about it. Nobody really tells me exactly how it ended up being a gang thing. All they tell me is, oh, it's gang related, and I'm gonna get into that. Uh, so so yeah, actually, so yeah, I end up going. I end up trying to leave that location because they said the rebels was coming, but I was using the free Wi-Fi and the electricity and charging my phone right there. So what I did at the time, I took a picture of my tattoo and I tried to explain exactly what I just explained right now, and so that was that, because they was telling me, somebody told me, they was like, yeah, they're talking about your tattoo, they're saying it's this and that. So then that's when I came back, took a picture of the tattoo, and was like, okay, this, that. And then the person told me that I fixed it. So then I'm like, cool, I fixed it, I'm gonna go ahead and get on. They said the rebels coming. So I'm walking down the street. This dude, he asked me, I didn't know that he was denouncing me back then, but that's pretty much what he was doing. He asked me, he like, you need a ride? And I'm tired as hell. I'm just like, it's during the day at this time, so I'm thinking something different. I'm not thinking the time when I was 17 or 18 and got in the car with dude. I'm like, yeah, I need a ride. Can I just get a ride down the street type? So so he drive me down the street. No, he's driving me and he's like, where you need to go? And I'm like, just down the street, and I'll just get out and keep walking. Cause at this point I wanted to head to Kansas State University. I just wanted to go down there because I felt like it would be easier down there, because you know what I'm saying, it's always a good vibe around the student. Cause every time I've been around schools and stuff, it's always a good vibe. Everybody just chilling. Nobody really on that. Like, they just be chilling. Like, it's not a bad vibe. Like, so it's just like, I had rather been around the school vibe than, even though it was COVID and everything, I'm pretty sure there would have been students nearby and all that, but it would have been a better vibe than just what I was going through at the time. And that would have reassured me also that the mob was following me, because if I'm hearing shit inside the buildings and all that still, I'm like, okay, nah, you know what I'm saying? So I asked him if he can, I told him my situation about what was going on, being stalked and followed and all this. He's like, you want me to take you to the police and all this? And I'm like, nah, I'm straight. I was like, I just need a ride as close to the school as I can get. So he literally drive me, I say about 10 minutes down the street, and then he drive me straight to the police department in that area. I don't know, it was at this plaza. It was like a plaza in a mall across the street, and the police department down the street, across the street. So he drive me to the police department, and then before I can even get out, police is already waiting there. So I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, this shit look like a setup. So then I hop out the car or whatnot. Police ask me if I'm okay and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm good and all this. And he checked my ID and all that. He asked me if I want some water. I'm like, yeah, I want some water, because I was severely dehydrated at the time. So I'm like, yeah, I want some water. So then he came out with a water bottle and then a cup of water, and I looked at the water and I'm just like, I don't know. I heard somebody say it was pee in there, so I didn't want to drink the shit, so I put it down, and I just had the bottled water. Yeah, I just had a feeling like he peed in there or something. Like, so now when people offer me open stuff, I don't drink it, I don't take it, because you could have done, if it don't come with a seal, I'm not taking it, because you could have done something to it. So where I'm at, I'm on that side of town. Yeah. So what he did. So then I guess his partner or something come, and then same thing, asked me what my name is, asked me if I'm alright, asked me if I want to ride down the street. He was like, I'll take care of him down the street. And just how that sounded, it didn't sound right to me. Like, I'll take care of him down the street. Like, that just didn't sound right. So I'm just like, he like, yeah, just go ahead, get in, and I'll take you down. He said, I'll take you out down the street. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, take you out down the street. Like, what the fuck? Like, hell no, I'm straight. Like, especially knowing that area is like a bunch of like deserted areas where you can easily turn and cut, and it was a lot of areas where you could just do some shit. You feel me? Pretty much. And so I was like, I ain't about to get in the car with him. So I was like, I'm straight, man. I'll just walk from here wherever I'm at. I'll just walk from here. And so he asked me if I was thirsty or something, and he came out. He gave me a Gatorade bottle. So now I got bottled water and a Gatorade with me. They told me if I was sure if I didn't want to go with them. I was like, yeah, I'm sure. So then I ended up. They left me alone right there, and then I stayed by the station, and then stayed by the station for a little bit, and then I walked. I just started walking again, and this is where I ended up in a new area, because now I was gonna go to either it's called Wichita or Wichita. Wichita, I'm pretty sure that's Texas. So I'm pretty sure it's probably called Wichita. I was walking, and then I get to the gas station, and then somebody offered me a sandwich down the street. So I take the sandwich. They gave me a sandwich and a drink and something else. It was like applesauce or something. So I threw the sandwich away because, like I said, now at this point I'm not trusting no open nothing you can do anything to. So I threw the sandwich away, and I ate the applesauce, and I took the drink. And I went to the gas station to use it. I went in, asked the cashier to use the bathroom. I went in the bathroom. Went in the bathroom. I'm in there washing up. Oh man! And then this happened. I hear a voice at the door. Like, I think he in here, some shit like that. I couldn't really hear him, but I heard some voice. I heard two voices at the door. So I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? And they whispering. I can't really hear what they saying, but it's something along the lines like, he come out, I'ma pop him type. Like, I'm gonna take his head type. Like, I don't know, some shit he was saying. And so I'm in there. I finished washing up, and I hear him. He taking his time because he know we out here. Nah, I was just taking my time just because I didn't get to wash up too often, and that was my only time to really get in there and clean up and really clean myself. And then I hear him. He like, you smell that? You smell like cum. Oh snap! That was funny, but yeah, that was funny. But I was in there laughing, but I didn't want them to hear me. And so I finished cleaning up, and but at this time, I heard him say he was gonna take my head or he was gonna pop me or whatever. I'm like, fuck, I'm stuck in here. So now I'm in there, and I'm just in there now, waiting and hoping they leave. They wasn't leaving. I look under the door, see their shadows or a foot nearby or something. So then I guess they noticed that I was able to see them. So they stepped away from the door, but they were still on both sides of the door. And I could hear them talking back and forth to each other. And so I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, I ain't trying to do none of this shit. Like, I ain't trying to, oh my goodness. So then I'm in there. I'm pretty much just stuck in the bathroom. And so I hear the owner come, and he gonna open the door. So I was gonna let him open the door. And so he tried to open the door with different keys. It wasn't working. And then I'm like, if they gotta use, cause they was complaining they had to use the bathroom so bad. I'm like, if you gotta use the bathroom so bad, why don't you use the women's restroom? It's the same thing. It's just a sign on the door. So why don't you just use the bathroom, the girls' bathroom? I knew they was just trying to get into to my bathroom that I was in, not my bathroom, but the bathroom that I was in. And so pretty much I was in there. The owner came try to open it. He couldn't open it. He knocking on the door. I stayed quiet. Which I should have just opened the door then. I don't know, but I should have just opened the door then. So I'm in there still hoping they just go away. They didn't go away. They still there. They whispering to each other still. Cars pulling up. People getting out. He talking to his OGs or his homies or whatever. I don't know what's going on. It sounded like he was just talking to his big homie or something, asking for different guns and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh shit, nigga about to get into it. Like, oh fuck. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But all I knew is if I open the door, they got the advantage because I'm the one that's gonna have to come out. So it's just like I'm just like, I'm fucked. So then he was knocking on they were banging on the door. They were knocking on the door and banging on the door and shit. I wasn't answering. I was quiet. I was quiet as fuck. So then I heard people in there getting gas and stuff like that, and all that. So I start banging on the wall so I can get their attention. Like, hey, come open the bathroom, or come give me help, something shit. So then, cause now I'm starting to get frustrated. I'm getting impatient. And I'm just like, just open up, give me help or something, cause I'm like, this dude at the door talking about he finna blast me and all this shit, and different people keep popping up, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So now in my head, I'm visualizing